Hello from Leith, where today we'll be telling you the story of a time when this was a town all of its own. For many people in Leith now, this is a place in its own right, and they have historical backing for that. For 87 years until 1920, it was a town in its own right. It had its own revenues coming in from the port. It was able to spend them on electric trams and a better infrastructure than Edinburgh had. That's perhaps why this identity lasts strongly today. There's been a settlement here for over 1,000 years, from the 1600s of port, and by the 19th century, this was Scotland's largest and busiest docks. The fruits of the empire came here, and great wine too. Leith exports, including soap and glassware, went out across the world. But greater than all of that was the shipbuilding industry. Leith ships were renowned for their quality. It added to the sense of identity of this area. This was a town with its own economy, its own social life. For hundreds of years, Leith had been part of Edinburgh, and by the 20th century, Edinburgh wanted Leith back. The revenues the port brought in were very attractive indeed. Leith responded by holding a plebiscite or referendum between those who wanted to remain independent and those who wanted to become part and amalgamate with Edinburgh. Those against amalgamation included trade unionists, some councillors, and the local MP, William Wedgwood Benn, grandfather of Tony Benn, who said at the time, "Leith is Leith and must remain so. Such an example of strong civic patriotism I have never seen before." Those that wished Leith to remain independent argued that to join with Edinburgh would be to be saddled with Edinburgh's debts and higher taxes. To them there was no community of interest between the two places. Up the hill was stuffy Edinburgh, down here was vibrant, commercial, young Leith. To join would be to extinct an entire town. Those that wanted Edinburgh to merge with Leith dismissed those arguments as sentimental, those of the heart rather than the head. They said services could be merged, money saved, bureaucrats got rid of. This was epitomised here by the so-called Pilrig Muddle. This is the boundary between the city of Edinburgh and the town of Leith, this exact line. In the Pilrig Muddle, trams would come down and stop. Passengers would have to get off and get onto a Leith tram. The tracks were different sizes. For them, it made sense to merge. So just one example. On January the 23rd, 1920, Leith went to the polls. The result was a landslide victory for those who wished the town to stay independent. Edinburgh, though, forced the merger through, invoking the House of Lords to do so. In June 1920, Leith, the town, ceased to be. It's a sad old state of affairs, really. Hey, Sandy. He's a quiet lad. We're here in the old Leith Council chambers, which hasn't been used since 1920, but has been left exactly as it was. And I'm here with Jim Tweedy from the Leith Historical Society and Councillor Gordon Munro. Gordon, describe to me the Leith you grew up in.
The Leith I remember growing up in was a different place from Edinburgh. I always remember my great aunts telling me some of the stories, and the amalgamation with the city of Edinburgh for them was living history and part of their folk memory of Leith as well.
Because Edinburgh had bought all the land round about, they had Leith hemmed in.
I mean, Leith and Leith Walk wards put together has a population which is just short of the total population of Livingston or Dunfermline.
So Jim, could even a Yorkshireman become a Leither?
Dan, even a Yorkshireman could become a Leither.
We'll never ever be EH6, we'll always be Leith. And I think that's our identity. I'm a Leither, and always will be.
So what of Leith today? Well, it retains a separate identity, certainly, though there's no vibrant independence movement, no militia looking to break away, although you can get t-shirts proclaiming the People's Republic of Leith. But at the same time, it remains an interesting, gripping, vibrant, gallus place to be, this little town in the city.